Helga ætlar núna að kynna fyrir okkur nám fyrir fagaðila meðferði matarfíkn. Gjörðu svo vel.
Actually, I'm just going to say, and we will talk together about this, me and Bitten. As I said before, Bitten has been teaching quite a lot. I've been teaching some, and there are other people out there in the world that has been also teaching quite a bit, like my associates at Acorn and Food Addiction Institute, a lot of people there. And we are basically in the process of setting up an international school, Food Addiction Academy, and which will be seminars with a curriculum for professionals in the health, welfare, and addiction, sectors. And we are just working on it. We're working on what we have. The only way, and Addis is coming on also. She Bitten is going to be teaching seminars in that, and it is possible. And I would love to have, if people would be interested here in Iceland, to have Bitten come and teach us. Well, I know I will go and learn it, hopefully soon. But if there were interest among professionals here to learn that, I would like to maybe have a list here, or you contact me to let me know. So we would kind of know about the interest of doing that, and we might be able to do that in the next year.
Or you come to Sweden.
She's going to have one in Sweden in 1st of November or something, but it's going to be in Swedish.
I'll make one in English for you guys.
I was thinking of trying to go there, but my Swedish is not so good. But just to go over it a little bit, I was a part of a team. Actually, I initiated it with the Keilir, which is a small community college, and the University of Iceland a few years back, of setting up a university degree for addiction counseling. And we were a team from different departments at the university and some addiction professionals. And we set up the curriculum both for bachelor's and master's, and then the crash came and it was shelved. So it's not been anything has been done about that yet. The funny thing is that Bitten was doing exactly the same thing in Sweden the same year. She was asked to put up a curriculum for this kind of college, yes. So this is something that, of course, we hope will develop soon, and in that, within a degree like that, we'd be able to kind of take all the different addictions, and then people could kind of specialize in different addictions that they want to do. But the problem is, as we're talking about, me and Bitten, is that we would have people from the professionals, like health professionals. They know all about the body, the ontology and all of that, but they don't know much about addiction. And then we have the people from the addiction field that is reverse. And so we are setting up courses that will teach what is needed, so that everybody will have a stable knowledge. Because like doing the ADIS, not just anybody can go there and start asking questions, even though they will know how to deal with the computer thing. A person needs to understand what addiction is in some way, even though if they're not addicts themselves, they need to know and learn about that to be able to really perform this kind of diagnosis. And so that would be a requirement. There would be a requirement for people doing that they learn about addiction, and hopefully one of the courses that we'll be doing is teaching that, but there is ways to learn that. For example, here in Iceland is a very good program in Ráðgjafarskóli Íslands. It's like it's a 3-month program, and it teaches about addiction counseling. And so that's something that if somebody was really interested, that I would suggest for people as a preliminary preparation for what we are going to be doing. So hopefully next year, we applied for the domain this morning. We will start sending out, and every interested party, please let us know, if you are interested, and you can always, how to contact me, I'm sure. Some of the things that we had set up was like an introductory course on food addiction, and this is, of course, talking about it as such that the person has knowledge on addiction counseling in some way. A course on screening, assessment, diagnostic tools, and treatment plans. And food plans as a foundation for recovery, and nutritional class. We'll probably be combining that, and we might have, there's not a lot of nutritionists in the world that can really teach a course like that in depth, but there is like a 2, and you're training somebody in Sweden. So we might have somebody assist us in that. And anatomy.
Anatomy and physiology.
Yeah, thank you. We need to have that. Like for example, me, I'm not a health professional. I haven't learned about that. So I personally would appreciate having a course like that. And then it's the ADIS. And that's the diagnostic tool that we've been, and that might be something that we might start with also in the new year. New counseling techniques, there are different counseling techniques. We need to learn about the brain and addiction medicine. So we need to learn what's happening up there and how we can assist, what, like Bitna's been talking about, do we have a GABA deficiency, like I probably do, and, and other things like that, and how we're going to assist our bodies and our brains in that way, or our clients, actually. And one would be how to open and run a center for food addiction, how to initiate this work wherever you are. And I'm seeing my vision, I have always a lot of visions, is that we would train people that could, be living in different areas of the country and of course different areas of the world, and where they're at, they would start working just like I did. I was this little, I always talk of myself, the middle-aged lady with the matches. When I started, like 8 years ago, or a little longer than that, actually. And I had these matches, and I was always saying, there is food addiction. Hey! And look at where that has brought us today. I'm not saying I'm the only one, of course not. But I'm no longer, I'm a little older, but I feel much younger, actually. And the light is shining on this today. And the more of the people that will start doing this and are knowledgeable and can really go into this, the better. And it will be more pressure, more people are going to be helped, more people will be asking for this help, because, it's the clients that really tell the story, and when they have successes, that's the best advertisement for this. So things like working on shame, which is talked about as the root of our disease in some, and mindfulness training, breathing techniques, yoga, 12 steps, all of this that we can do and need to do in order to keep recovery going. And And into that, because I've been working on that, hypnotherapy, like self-hypnosis and hypnotherapy, I know has helped me a lot and a lot of my clients. You can't really hypnotize an addiction away, but you can do a lot to assist it and help it. So that might be one more. And
Acupuncture?
Acupuncture, yeah. And all kinds of therapies. How are we distinguishing what kind of therapies a person would need? And so what we basically need are special classes to teach about diagnosing and treating food addiction. And then, of course, depending on where your background is, you will be able to assist people in different ways. So that's what we have come up with as so far. And we'll be working on in the next couple of months. And with that, I need to pass because we are almost to the hour. But maybe some questions on this before we finish?
I have one thing. I never answered your question about results really in numbers. I can say that the one study, the county council that I was working with when I was running the treatment center, they did their own little study. It was not a big group of clients, but it was 202 clients. And after 5 years, 76% were in recovery. And then, of course, we measured a lot of variables, you know, life quality and going back to work and not being on sick leave. We didn't. The only thing they asked from the beginning was, did you lose weight? But, I mean, we used to say that losing weight is a good side effect of a good treatment. It's not the goal. Okay. So.
Einhverjar spurningar?
Is this course going to be on the internet?
We're looking at as an international long-distance learning with staðarlotur or with, what's the English name for that? I can't remember. And, Yes, thank you. And holding seminars in different areas for some days and maybe from 2 up to 5 days, you know, to really go through some material. This is what we are thinking. Like if and when, I'm going to say when, Bitten comes here to do the ADIS training, it's 5 days, isn't it? 4 to 5 days. 3 days.
3 days intensive training, and then you need to do 3 cases under tutoring, and then there is 1 day for exam.
Yeah. So, well.
Next fall.
Next fall, you think?
First Sweden, spring Norway, and next fall maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
Einhverjar fleiri spurningar?
Sorry, I didn't hear your question. Since we have the assessment, the diagnostic? Well, yeah. Well, I would think that you start screening and, you know, keep working with the assessment and prepare. Of course, we could do that. Or we can do the Norwegian training in the spring in English, and you come there.
That might be a good idea.
That might be the next thing to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if I understood the question right, you know, what do the professionals do with their clients? Were you asking that in the meantime?
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
That was,
Well-
send them to Esther.
Well, what they can do is, you know, if they screen them and if you use this material that you all have now, is that you can screen them and you can go take them through the assessment of which stage they are, and then you can just read about what's best for them. And if they're in the first stages, like a OA or gray sheet would be excellent for them to do. And some in the early stages can just quit. But then if they are like in the middle or late stages, something like MFM would be perfect for them. And maybe in the year something will develop, so that within the health system something starts. I'm always optimistic and open to ideas. But we are still waiting for a detox center, but I think a little bird told me that something might be happening somewhere in the country with that, and maybe we can join hands with that. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah.
Enga fleiri spurningar. Þá langar mig, I would like to thank you really much for coming here today and tell us all about your good job. It has been really interesting, and I have learned a lot that will both help me professionally and personally.
Thank you very much.
So the good work will still continue, and it's our job to spread out the word. So I'll say just thank you very much. Thank you, Esther, for your contribution. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.